Good afternoon, students of 328. This session today is to introduce you to your brand new Libguide for Women's History until 1865. A Libguide is just going to be a really helpful tool to help you do research and give you just some useful information that you are going to use throughout the course. So right now I'm just going to orient you to the Libguide. We're on our home page. We've got some really great information about the library and your class and myself. So this first box is going to tell you about our library information. This is our website. You can find everything from it on this website. Our location on campus. These are our hours of operation, and these are a few ways you can communicate with us. This is my information. This is me and my dog. You can contact me a few different ways: Facebook, Google Talk, Twitter. You can also send me an email, and there's a link on here to my blog if you want to check that out. Here in the middle we have your professor's contact information. We always want you to email us if you have any troubles, because we are here to help you. Our course syllabus, I put this here just to be a helpful tool if you're on here looking for research help and you can't remember really what your project, the guidelines were for it. You can click right here to get your syllabus so you know what you need to do next. I do want to do a shout out to Kathy Crow from Jackson Library and Donna Windish from Randolph Community College Library for allowing me to use some of their ideas from their LibGuides in making this one. So our second page right here is called Finding Books. When we click on this page, we've got a little helpful information that I put on some other pages as well, just to tell you that if you're off campus and you're entering a database, you will have to enter your UNCG username and password to access any databases. If you're on campus, it's automatically going to do it though. Here it's going to give you a link to UNCG's catalog. We do use WorldCat, so when you click on it, it's going to bring you up to the UNCG WorldCat catalog, where you can search for really anything and find anything and everything. When you are doing your searching, if you find something that you really think is going to help you, but UNCG doesn't own it, there is something called an interlibrary loan, where, say, NC State has a really great ebook that you think would be perfect for your project. You can do something called an interlibrary loan, to where we get the permission for you to use it for a specific amount of time. And this hyperlink is going to take you to the interlibrary loans site. And since I am off campus, it is asking me for my username and password. But then after that, you would put in all the information you would need for the specific book or journal you found. Next, we're going to look at finding journal articles. On here, I've still got your helpful information to remind you about your username and password. I also have a list of a few different recommended databases for this class. If you can't find something that you need in these three, you can click on this link for Journal A to Z list. In here, there is going to be a little serendipity that you can do for the class, just to browse and find some different things. It is in alphabetical order, and it would take you a while to find things, but it is kind of neat that you could just look on your own. But these three that I've listed here are going to be the most helpful journal articles for primary or secondary sources for this class. And under each is going to be a little blurb about what is in this specific database. Next, and what we're going to be talking about in our in-person session, are going to be primary sources. Right here I have a little blurb that tells you what a primary source is. And a primary source is an object or document that was created or written in a specific time period you are studying. Examples are diaries, letters, maps, speeches, newspaper articles, interviews, and clothing. This is really different than a secondary source. This isn't something that I've written about from the past. This is in the moment object from the past. Right here are going to be your online resources for primary sources. We have three that I've listed, and these are databases, so you will have to do your username and password. But tomorrow, when we're in our in-person session, we will be talking about the North American Women's Letters and Diaries, and I'll talk more about that later. Next, I have a page called Chicago Style Citations. That's what your professor requires you to do when you're doing your citations. This is going to be a very helpful page to you for your entire history career, really. Most historians use Chicago or Turabian, which is a form of Chicago. Right here, I'm giving you a link to Purdue OWL's Chicago Manual Style 16th edition. Purdue OWL is a great resource to use in all of your classes. It's going to tell you everything you need to know, from books, periodicals, web sources. It tells you how to do in-source citations as well as your works cited pages. Right here, I have listed the university's integrity policy on plagiarism. It's going to tell you what plagiarism is as far as UNCG is concerned, how to avoid it, as well as the sanctions that you could face if you do participate in any sort of plagiarism. Here on the left, I have a really short and funny, corny video about plagiarism, but it's a matter of fact, easy way to understand it. So please check that out before class tomorrow. Our last tab is called Helpful Things, and in it right now I have a screencast of me explaining on how to use the North American Women's Letters and Diaries database that we'll be looking at tomorrow. So before class, please take a look at this. You don't have to pick a woman you want to do your paper on, but please look at it because there are a few different ways that you can do your searches for a woman. If you find someone, great. If not, we can definitely work on that in class tomorrow. But please try to orient yourself on your Libguide. Check out all the videos and all the sites, and be prepared for a lot of fun and a lot of research tomorrow in class. Thanks.